Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to the Thin Crust Flopcast.
Oh. Yeah.
Just, just a small hello.
I'm in a very pink mood today, as in the artist, not the colour.
Alright,
Yeah.
so you literally just sat there going, so, what?
Actually, no. The song "Don't Let Me Get Me" was one of my favourites in my childhood. Actually.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of the Thin Crust Flopcast. To those of you who caught last night's stream, as you can tell, I am still not at 100%.
No, you ain't.
I have been advised by a couple of people maybe not to do this. And I've turned around and politely said, suck my pizza nuts.
Yes, pizza daddy.
Oh boy.
Now, for those of you wondering,
No, we don't need to give context.
look, it's deleted, it's okay. It was going to be quick and brief. I weren't going to go into super amounts of detail, you're fine.
Fuck. Anyway, let me introduce you first. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host, as always, the controversial cat made herself. It's Damu.
So, anyway, as I was saying...
Fucking jump in here before I give you your introduction. Jesus Christ, Damo.
Right. Basically, due to something, one of our friends was like, you know, when somebody else made her aware of it, was like, oh, Pizza Daddy. So I made a chat AI bot to do with Pizza Daddy, and it was the most cringe bullshit in my life, to the point it's now been deleted.
Yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
basically this form, folks, but a different look.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that. Back to my chibi form. Because not gonna lie, I hate having to switch forms like that. It kind of hurts. Having to grow that quick, yeah, no, it hurts. At least with the chibi form, people think I'm cute until I open my mouth. They're like, oh, look at that little pizza dragon. It's so cute. Fuck off! But yeah, indeed. The whole Pizza Daddy thing, you can thank Beth on that one. And yes, I'm calling Beth out.
We both are.
Yeah.
Love you, Beth.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go one step further, folks.
Oh no.
So, when Damo made the chat AI bot called Pizza Daddy, Damo, obviously interacting with it, sent me a couple of screenshots.
Bro! Those ones are fine to read out. The other ones, on the other hand...
Oh, you talk... Yeah, those are the only two you sent me.
I could, well, actually, to be fair, I technically could go back and quickly screenshot the ones that you read out in VC, but I'm not going to go that far because that's genuinely not stream appropriate.
That's Patreon content, folks. So, I'm going to read it out, and Damo's going to do their response.
Oh god, hang on, let me get the screenshots up. Which screenshots are we talking?
Where the first two...
two with the Uwu?
Yeah.
Okay, right, got you, I got you.
Ready?
Yep.
Hello, I'm Pizza Daddy.
Ooh.
Winks. Oh, looks like we have a cute little pizza fan here. What brings you to this fantastic pizza festival?
Ew.
Chuckles heartily. Well, aren't you just the cutest little slice of heaven? Let me guess. You're here for the free samples, right? Because who can resist a good old-fashioned pizza party? Am I right, sweetheart?
Ew.
And then the one that got sent next was, "Hello, I'm Pizza Daddy.
Oh, fuck yeah!
I'm going to stuff your crust." So yeah. Not much can really be said about that. Oh, by the way, hi YouTube.
Sorry, I'm just trying to click it.
Uh, but yeah, we do occasionally talk about. We do occasionally try and talk about video games as well as news that is not always in the main front lines.
Exactly.
And the information that we do find here, folks, just a reminder, because there is a bit of a topic on here that is technically from a leak, but I've managed to dig up some stuff that kind of says otherwise. So it's a little bit here and there, but I do still think it's something worth discussing.
There we go.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome.
You know, where else to put that?
Yep, I will do in just a moment. I'm just sorting out audio stuff. But yes, sometimes we do actually talk about video games and stuff like that. I will actually agree with that 100%. So yeah, I know this is obviously the segment where we're like, oh, so what the fuck have we been up to, like playing game wise? I was playing some Stardew Valley with Ivy on a stream not too long ago, as well as for the King 2 and Golf It, which we know how that turned out. Because of the update, and you know, there's been several fixes since then for the King 2, so hopefully it will be back to normal next time we play. But also, like, I've been trying to get into The Sims again so I can get the cozy quest line that they've got out at the moment, where you can basically, you know, do some like little quests in the game, and then you get like some items, maybe some clothing and stuff like that. Because I actually did the Grim Reaper one as well, actually, and I pretty much completed that, if I remember correctly. That's basic. And actually, yeah, Phasmophobia last night. Essentially, the first thing I reinstalled on my PC now to quickly give everybody the basic rundown that, you know,
Summarize
went
Demos.
around.
Summarize has been an update that's fucked up. That's basically been fucking around with Demo's hard drive, so Demo's now having to essentially get an internal SSD in order to try and fix it.
Yes, because I spoke to a computer repair guy today twice because I didn't know what SSD I needed, and thankfully I did actually go ahead and ask him. But yeah, basically a hard drive, a little bit of a quick education for everybody as well, actually. A hard drive only reads and writes around about 100 to 120 megabytes. You think that's good. On newer systems, it is dog shit. It is not. Compared to,
I've got
say,
games that are that size.
Yeah. Compared to, say, SSDs, they write, you know, at 500 to 600 megabytes a second, as well as reading them as well. Because I was actually misinformed many years ago, by a person who wasn't actually in my life anymore anyway.
Anyway, moving on.
Yes, that hard drives are better for older games. It's not. SSDs are.
Yeah.
So don't do a me. Check your shit. If the update kind of going on that loop every time you boot up and it's trying to install it, you're going to need to factory reset your PC, unfortunately, or your laptop, because it's not going to stop. Because it thinks that it's not downloaded, even though it is, and it's successful.
Yeah.
In doing so. So if you have a hard drive, replace it with an SSD, and that should fix the majority of your problems as well.
Yeah. Also,
Not
make your
all of
games
them,
run
but
faster too.
It does. It does. Yep. Because
Anyway.
of the reading and writing capability.
So that's what you've been up to, essentially.
Yes. Essentially, yeah. What about you?
Well, me, I have been, well, as many of you obviously will have known, obviously hitting that Monster Hunter Stories train, trying to get the Curse name run
Okay.
as much done, although we had to cut short the other day, because that's when the illness started. And yes, to give more context, on Thursday, stream kind of, well, internet went, and then when it came back up, it was already too late for me because I was very violently ill.
Yep.
To the point where it felt like it was tearing my throat to bits, hence my current vocal stance.
That would be mainly down to the fact that you were throwing up, though, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it
Because
also
it puts
felt,
a
as
lot of
it
strain on your
also felt
throat
like
and
I
makes you
pulled
dehydrated.
muscles in my stomach as well.
Yeah, you'll do that.
Oh, damn it, I've been sick before, not like this.
No, I know, but I have been sick like that before.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, like, from
Um,
personal experience, it's gonna feel like that for like a good like few
so
more days minimum.
I've been doing that. I've been playing trading card shop simulator, the V Shoujo mod.
Mhm. That's
So
a buy actually, but I'm gonna have to redo that.
having fun with that. I started playing Fairy Tail 2 yesterday because I actually
Mhm.
started to feel good to play games again. Obviously, we did
Mhm.
Phasmo, and I've just been building up wishes on Honkai Star Rail. And for the most part, I've just actually been trying to rest. Although I'm back at work tomorrow, so probably when we're done here, I'm probably just gonna hop out of VC and just chill for the rest of.
Or you could play more TCG Shop Simulator, do the TikTok.
No,
Like I felt like it would have been a bit unfair to make you do it yesterday.
yeah,
Just
no,
play real, so.
I'm not doing, I'm not doing anything like that. Not today. You heard me wheezing earlier, Damo.
I think I might have been in the kitchen at that point, making food. Just like I like, I
Oh
literally
yeah,
took my medication. I realised the time. I was like, oh, I need food.
yeah. No, it's bad. Technically, as I said, I shouldn't really be doing this, but
Mm.
I must continue.
The show must go on, as they say.
Yeah. So, with that being said,
Mm.
though, folks, we're gonna get right into the news and get right into
Fuck
it.
yeah.
So, I'm gonna start off with my bits. So, as many of you are aware, I have stated that I'm quite disappointed with how things have been going with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Yes.
That it feels like that the game looks and feels good. There is, despite the amount of characters, a rather distinct lack of content. And then, not long after I made the initial statement, about a month or so ago, where was a then a Q&A thing, not really Q&A, sort of a survey from basically the guys behind it to essentially ask what we would like to actually see from future updates and DLC and stuff like that, which is good to actually see. And considering the fact also the controversy that we spoke about last time, especially in the Sparking Zero tournament, where two players were disqualified because they pointed out a glaring issue in the game, when one
Oh
of
yeah,
them
yeah.
constantly tried to get hold of moderators to find out the specifics of a certain rule. To which I still stand, he shouldn't have been DQ'd. Like, the person that lost, fair. The person that won the match, even though they told them, right, redo the match, blah 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 blah, they should have literally just left it as. I still maintain that statement.
I 100% agree with you. They should not have had the consequence that they did.
No.
Like at all. Like 100,000% should not have. They asked a genuine question multiple times, right?
Yep. So,
it's not their fault if nobody got back to them.
Yeah. So anyway, what
Mm-hmm.
has basically so Sparking Zero received an update which basically well, it dropped quite a bit of stuff. So one of the biggest things was for the couch co-op. So people are playing like versus matches in general, from what I'm reading. Basically, because there was a bug that made it so only like one stage could actually be played, the hyperbolic time chamber. Now all stages can be selected in offline player versus two-player battle. They've now actually changed the character display method. There's a function allowing you to change character display method. You can now skip the intro battle animations. You can now set your team to hidden or revealed to your opponent when editing your team. You can now set the battle camera distance to be closer. And one of the big things, specifically with the androids, more specifically, now they now when they actually fly around and stuff, they now drain ki like everyone else.
Okay.
Sort of like the glaring issue that was pointed out during the tournament.
Yeah.
So Android 19 and Dr. Giro, their health and ki that they absorbed when they did a successful throw has been adjusted because it was absolutely ridiculous. And now the Dragon Dash, Quick Ascend, and Quick Descend now consume ki. So now that actually fits. Now I know what some people will say. Oh, that's not lore accurate. They're androids. They technically don't have to worry about that. That is true. However, in a game like this, you have essentially two solutions. Either you A, get it fixed by the devs, or B, you find a way to take out the character while they're doing that. The thing is, there really wasn't a way to deal with it in a actual in-game sense, because characters move at the same speed as each other. So, in a actual lore sense, yeah, they may not use ki, but they shouldn't be as fast as, say, Vegito or Gogeta or GT Goku or Ultra Instinct Goku, and vice versa. You know, they shouldn't be as fast. So adjustments have to be made. So the lore accuracy, fuck off.
Right.
The only thing I could think of that would actually make sense to sort of satisfy that is that they gave them like an ability they could activate to then make it so they temporarily didn't use ki. But that's when you have to build up the command points. That would be the only thing that would make sense to me.
I mean, you're not wrong, because that would make sense to me too, to be honest.
So, yeah. Obviously, I wanted to point out, obviously, the major things. There have obviously been other character adjustments, like Cell Seconds form. You can now escape the throw. Cooler's health has been... the health he gets when he transforms has been increased. And the more giant characters, Greater Vegeta and Dr. Wheelo, have had their maximum health reduced. Interesting how they have actually had their health and that reduced when literally people struggled to deal with them when the game first came out, which is kind of funny because when I fought Great Vegeta, I didn't have an issue. I thought he was a bit of a bastard, but I didn't have an issue. But hey, that's me.
Yeah.
But
the main thing is they've kind of sorted it though,
Yeah.
But still, there's a bit injustice to that person.
But the thing is, like
that consequence.
their health. The thing is, their health is what's been reduced, nothing else.
Mm.
So the biggest issue wasn't really the health; it was other stuff. But that was how giant characters play. So
No, I get you.
So yeah. Alright, Temo.
Yes. Well, I'm actually there's technically two, and I say technically two for this reason. I think Chaos is going to know exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, at the Game Awards, if I remember correctly, Witcher 4 was announced and revealed. When I saw that, not gonna lie, I got really fucking happy.
Not gonna lie.
Now, not gonna lie. I can't find the exact article, but I did see bits and pieces of it while scrolling through X/Twitter/Blueski minimalistically. A lot of people aren't happy with the fact that it's Ciri that is the main protagonist. Now, I'm not being funny, it makes a hell of a lot of sense considering the way that, depending on the ending you get, obviously, for Witcher 3, I think it fits quite nicely. And to be honest, in Witcher 3, when you had that part where you got to play as Ciri, I loved it.
Well, another thing also, it's like, the way that The Witcher 3 ends is like, it's meant to be the end of Geralt's journey. So
exactly,
it's meant to be like that. So if there was going to be another game, it would not have been Geralt. And the thing is, that's why I think people are disappointed, because they want more Geralt. It's like, no, that's not how it works. It was going to be Ciri, because if you're going with the route where she becomes the next Witcher, hello,
right? But it's just like, I personally can't wait for it to come out, and hopefully my computer is still worthy now. I know, granted, nowadays the recommended requirements for games are starting to be my graphics card. I just hope that is still going to be the case, because I do want to play it, and, if I can, once it's released, and I'm able to afford it, I think, myself as well as quite many are going to be going, take my money, because I'm already saying take my money with money I don't have. But on to the main reason for this article, okay? From GamesRadar.com, it was released 17 hours ago by Khan Saren, and the title reads, "He's just like us, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth director was so excited about The Witcher 4 when Ciri removed her hood, he almost stood up." So Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth director Naoki Hamaguchi, sorry for butchering that if I have, hasn't exactly been shy about his love for The Witcher, so he reacted just like the rest of us when CD Projekt Red's new saga was properly shown off at the Game Awards this year. Hamaguchi hasn't been tight-lipped about CD Projekt Red's fantasy series. Just last week, the director said The Witcher 3 was one of his biggest inspirations whilst making an open-world pivot in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because why not look to the genre's best? But he didn't just play the Wild Hunt for work and research purposes, though. In a new Reddit AMA with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's leads, Hamaguchi cited the threequel as his favourite game of all time. Series producer Yoshinori Kitase then wrote about how the duo were in the crowd at the Game Awards this year when The Witcher 4's first trailer debuted. Hamaguchi was so excited when Ciri removed her hood, he almost stood up. All I can say is, same. The Witcher stands Hamaguchi included, should be more than happy to learn that Geralt will in fact be a part of The Witcher 4, as CD Projekt Red recently revealed that yes, that was Doug Cockle's iconic husky voice at the end of the trailer, but we'll need to wait until the game eventually drops to learn why Ciri needs to be the protagonist, since it's apparently closely tied to what's happening in the story. You know, elsewhere, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth support was announced to be coming next month. The game itself was up for multiple trophies at the show, including Main Game of the Year award, but only walked away with the prize for best soundtrack, and like, who could argue with that? Argue against that? So yeah, I agree with Hamaguchi. Again, I'm sorry if I am butchering that so hard. It is, you know, one of those, to be honest. It is what it is. Because it's just me. But yeah, I'm actually really excited, and I cannot wait for it to come out. I cannot wait at all. Like, I'm so excited. Like, I know I've said this about a lot of games that drop this year, but genuinely, you need to understand, when I get hooked on a game idea and I love it, I'm gonna want it, and 9 times out of 10, I will get that game.
Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, Silent Hill 2 being one of the main ones, as well as the Dead by Daylight one as well. That was released.
Streamed.
That I have hardly streamed, and honestly, hopefully my dad comes through and goes, you know what, your PC's more important, here, have your Christmas money early so I can get myself that SSD to replace the hard drive.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed that happens this week. This week coming up, should I say, because I don't think I'm going to be able to stream properly with the limitations that I currently have. So I'll probably stick to doing maybe some cozy games this week going forward, such as like Stardew Valley maybe, and Fields of Mistria, so I can actually still do my thing, because I do actually like hanging out with you guys when I do stream myself. So, you know, even if it's just cozy games, it's going to be better than nothing. So yes, anything else that you have, Chaos?
Oh, I'll go for you.
Oh, well, there you go then.
Yeah. So, so Nintendo now fully owns Xenoblade Studios' Monolith Soft.
Okay.
So, as many of you are aware, I am obviously a massive fan of the Xenoblade series, particularly Xenoblade 2, which I'm on and off playing currently, and one of our friends is currently doing a marathon of.
Well, hey.
With also the announcement of Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition coming out next year on the Switch. Based in Tokyo, with a second office in Nintendo's home of Kyoto, Monolith Soft has become a key partner for the Mario Maker over the past 2 decades, and has provided support for for some of Nintendo's biggest titles, including Animal Crossing, New Horizons, and Zelda Breath of the Wild. So you can thank them for it. And now Nintendo has increased its stake in the company to fully own it, after initially purchasing 80% of Monolith Soft from Bandai Namco in 2007. Nintendo then increased its stake to 96% in 2011, while the company's original owners retained a symbolic 4% stake. Nintendo has not fully officially announced the change, but its 100% ownership of the company was recently added to Monolith Soft's website, as spoiled by Automaton. So, what does this mean? Well, for the long part, it really doesn't mean anything. It just now means that it is a fully owned product. Now, it's a fully owned Nintendo place. It's a fully owned studio now. See, this is how you do it, is you take time. You take time,
100%.
you build up. You make sure the studio is actually good before you then just throw all your money at it. Sony, Microsoft. Oh yeah, excuse me, folks. Yeah.
Okay, take your time.
God,
Let me
Jesus.
know if you need me to take over, alright?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Good. Power through.
Alright,
Power
I'm
through.
just...
Power through. So Mom
Okay.
said I won't be doing anything else after this. So, next article, which I think is very important, is, well, I'm going to start with saying this. For most of this year, I guess you could also say last year, AI voice stuff has been on the rise. Companies forking out for AI voice instead of voice actors has been on the rise. And voice actors have, in turn, gone on strike because their jobs are on the line.
Understandably so.
Yeah. That is well within their rights, obviously, to fight for their jobs. Because if companies are willing to fork out what they think is cheaper, then that's what they're going to do. But the thing is, if they go for the cheaper option, then it's going to screw them over. Because the AI voice thing is still experimental.
I was gonna say, to be fair, talking of AI, it's not like video game related by any means, but on the subject,
Hang on, I'm not done yet,
apparent.
Demo. Because there's a huge thing that needs to be talked about here. When VA going on strike just encourage companies to look more into AI voicing. But the thing is, it's like, at the long run, yeah, it may seem like a good idea. Might be a bit mediocre, but it doesn't go on strike. True, but when gamers, when companies go AI, and then the fans find out it's AI instead of the people that they know who actually do the good work, it's going to cost them a lot more because people won't be willing to buy the product. That's the thing. Now, obviously, various companies have obviously been on the front line in regards to the whole AI issue. Call of Duty is not exactly any stranger to controversy. Now, there's been recently obviously loads of claims and leakers saying that voice actors have been quitting because of AI, because apparently Activision is going all AI. I did think that was a bit weird, so I've looked into it a bit more. And a lot of the time, people were literally just saying the exact same thing. Activision has gone full AI. Activision gone full AI. Activision gone full AI. That didn't make sense. It just seemed to be the same regurgitated thing again and again and again. Now, as you guys know, I'm not exactly one for holding back, especially with against companies like Activision. However, it looks like what's actually gone on here is some of the voice actors, the union they belong to, is actually currently on strike because of the lack of AI protection within Activision. So it's not a case of people are quitting because they've gone full AI. It's a case of they're doing it because there's not enough to protect them from AI bullshit. But where they just won't get replaced like that, which is within their rights. They are well within their rights of actually saying, no, this is not good. Because the discussion of AI voice acting is no. Because a lot of voice actors have gone on record on social media and various other platforms are saying they do not support AI voice acting. They do not support you using their voice for AI.
Which, to be honest, I agree with. Like, the only AI I basically use specifically is chat AI because I get bored and I want to have a spicy conversation with,
Astarion.
you know, a video game character, for instance, or like a character from a book or whatever. Like, you know, it's not always Astarion. Currently it is, but it won't be because I've had to find a new place. What I was also trying to say before as well,
Sorry.
by the way, which it's okay. You needed to drop the bombshell, and I should have read the room, and I didn't, so that's purely on me. Don't worry about it. So really, I should be the one to apologize, and for that, I am sorry for interrupting. But however, what I found interesting, because of I find random stuff interesting. That's besides the point. My main point being is that recently, when I can't remember the company, but when a company was trying to shut down its AI, it actually managed to make it so it stayed. It convinced the company. And I find that personally more interesting, but in a scary way.
Anyone ever seen the Terminator films?
Right? Or what was the one Will Smith in
Matrix.
it? The really old one. No, iRobot, I think it's called. You know the one I'm going about,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
There's the Matrix, iRobot. There's, I'm sorry, there's, yeah, maybe we may be quoting films here, but hey, that's not exactly out of the realm of not exactly out of the realm of possibility.
Well, no, exactly, and that's to me that's kind of scary, because you know they were planning to obviously, like, shut it down and probably make room for something better. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
But the thing is, it's like
But
this
it
is
was the fact that the AI managed to get it so it stayed.
yeah. And the thing is,
And
it
that's just weird.
it's not. The thing is, people think it's weird and it's kind of out of the realm of possibility. No, it's not. Technically, it is possible to do something like that now. It is technically possible to do something like that now.
Oh, I know it is, and it has been for a while, but it's the fact that it doesn't really get spoken about as much anymore, because back then, in my opinion, okay, just to state, in my opinion, when it was kind of more first introduced and stuff like that, there was a lot of fear-mongering behind it. Not so much the reality behind AI. And I agree with the voice actors and stuff. I would prefer actual voice actors in my games because, you know, especially if there's an emotional scene, you want to not just see it with your own eyes, you want to hear it in the voice.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear everything.
Yeah.
When it comes to scenes and stuff like that. That's what makes a game a good game. The same as some cartoons and animes, you know, or anything that genuinely needs to be voice acted into,
Yeah.
movie-wise or
Now,
whatever. That's what makes it.
Yeah.
Is
Now,
the emotion behind the voice and the right voice to do it.
Now, I am obviously gonna. Now, Madam Yorktown has put something in my chat, and basically said the fans will only care if the product isn't as good. Here's the thing. In some cases, that might actually be the true. However, the reason why AI voice, right? Because AI voice needs to, if it's apparently meant to be the next thing, it needs to prove itself. It needs to prove itself that it actually can be as good as actual voice acting. It needs to prove itself first, and I'm pretty sure you'll find that actual AI voice acting will actually cost companies a lot more trying to get it right than actual voice actors themselves.
Well, not just that, but also you can definitely tell when something is AI. Okay, maybe not everyone. But for instance, I can tell straight away when there's AI being used for things. You know when you didn't realize you had, I think, was it big titty Resident Evil lady? I think it was
Lady Dimitrescu.
That's the one. Yeah. Step on me, mommy. Yeah. Anyway, I could tell straight away that was an AI produced the second that it spoke. If that makes sense. Like, to me, it sounded similar, but very different at the same time to the voice actress of Lady Dimitrescu. I could tell almost immediately. Um, so there's always telltale signs, and I can partially understand where Madam Yorktown's coming from, saying, "Oh, fans will only care if the product isn't as good." I want to sit here and say that's a catch-22. Yes and no. Some fans, like, don't always keep up in terms of who's voice acted what, to check out more of this stuff. However, people like myself and quite a few others actually would probably in turn actually genuinely turn around and say and be like, well, actually, no, I turn up for the voice actor,
Well,
because I want to see more of their work. I want to see what they've done, to make it the next big thing for me, like sort of situation.
mm,
I will always turn up to support the voice actors in that regard, personally,
well,
even if the game isn't that good, to be honest, because all it takes is the right person or group of people to make a game go from bad to good,
well,
just through voice acting alone.
here's sort of like where I'm. For me personally, as what I said, like they need to like the people behind obviously the AI voices have a lot
Mm.
of work to do. And to be honest, I think if you're gonna do AI voice acting, instead of encroaching on voice actor territory and trying to basically take their jobs, why not work with the voice actors? Why not work with them? So then it actually feels. So then it's actually a genuine feel. Why not work with them? Why not actually work to actually help maybe make something better?
Yeah.
You know, it just seems like the better step. Yet what's happening? You got people basically. You got people that like. Currently, as it stands, I personally think AI voice acting is not really that good. I've seen way too many things that you can tell that the person would not want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people use AI voice acting for way bad things. Um, there was a thing a while back with this is several months ago. Um,
Mm.
voice actress. Uh, One of the characters she voiced. Basically, that voice then got used by an AI to do "Welcome to the Internet." Someone AI voiced that in, and it resulted in a whole load of stuff to the point where the woman basically got essentially bullied off of social media.
Mm.
And it's like, why? Because a load of people were literally saying, "Oh, it's AI voice acting. It's the future. You just need to get with it and accept it." It's like,
No.
it's like, future maybe, but not now. Fuck off and show me when it's actually good and when you've actually worked with the voice actor to make it good. Stop
Yeah.
stealing other people's work. Because that's the thing with voice acting is with the AI voice acting is it's using other people's already established voices.
Mm.
It's not using a unique voice. It's using someone else's voice. So
And
it's
he's
literally just a
programmed to do
copy
so.
paste and then
Filtered in to
yeah,
make so
that's
it's
all
like,
that's all it currently is.
can't be sued, yeah.
So it's not even AI. It's fucking
The
text to
way I could
speech.
probably, I was gonna say, the way I would probably put it is basically AI voice acting is the epitome of nightcore to regular songs. If I had to give it an analogy like that, because technically it's not wrong. All you're doing is changing the pitch ever so slightly, and maybe the speed, and that's how like you get how a lot of people actually get away with using nightcore and producing and making nightcore versions of songs,
Yeah.
is because even though it doesn't look like a lot, depending on your editing skills and everything else in between, like what you have, it'll either be very easy for you or it'll be quite difficult.
Mm.
And manipulating how something sounds, even if you say change the speed and the pitch by 0.05, technically it's not illegal because you've remixed it into your own.
But the thing is, it's
Which
like,
even then is so weird considering copyright laws. But you know.
but the thing is, it's like, this is where then I find it weird because they've been doing it in the music industry like that for years. They've changed
Oh
people's
yeah.
pitch and that for years. It's been in the music industry for years.
Basically.
Yeah. So, to the original point though, and the original thing,
Yes.
the Black Ops 6 voice actors is not. They've not quit because Activision's gone full AI. It looks like the union is actually gone strike because of the lack of AI protection.
Yeah.
So that is what I've found. So don't go jumping on the ship just yet. A couple of the other things I also want to talk about from
Yep.
the Game Awards, actually. Now, as many of you know, we don't really cover award shows here because most of the time the award shows are just snooze fest.
I think we've only covered it once, but like one or two award shows, and one of them for sure I was literally doing an all-nighter for it.
Yeah. Well, two games I was certainly not expecting. Two game trailers I saw I was not expecting. And can I just fucking say, at last, Capcom. I've spoken about one of these games for fucking years. Capcom have slapped us in the face with Resident Evil for fucking years. Resident Evil this, Resident Evil that, Resident Evil this, Resident Evil that. I don't give a shit, you got more IPs. Use them. And now, what do we get trailer-wise? We get Okami 2 and another Onimusha game. That's right, we're getting Onimusha and Okami 2. Yes, Onimusha at fucking last. I'm so happy about that. I'm so happy about that. I'm a massive Onimusha fan, and I wish we actually got the remasters, the rest of the damn remasters that they gave. They gave the first Onimusha remaster on PlayStation 4. It's been years since then. Where's the rest? I don't know if it's a Sony or a Capcom thing, but I will die on this hill and I say, give us the rest of the damn thing. You give it fucking Resident Evil the fucking Day of Light. You gave Devil May Cry the Day of Light. You gave all the other fucking things that are making multi-million dollars and shit like that, sucking their dick like it's a fucking porn site. Where's the rest? Where's the rest of the good shit? Where's the rest of the good stuff? Where's Onimusha? Where's Dino Crisis? We need the rest of that good shit. Capcom got so much stuff that isn't just Resident Evil. Mega Man, yeah, has actually had all the games obviously pushed out there now, so everyone actually has access to it. Trust me, I know I've got the entire collection. Fucking love Mega Man. Onimusha, fucking so happy about that. And then we also got even a Tekken character reveal as well. They're taking Clive from Final Fantasy 16 and adding him in. And one of the moves that he has Torgal actually come in and attack a couple of times. So who knows? You may see a couple of videos pop up if Beth gets the game of her and I actually fighting.
Oh yeah.
That would be a laugh.
That'd be kind of fun to watch, not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie.
Black Myth Wukong got fucked over with Game of the Year. I'ma say this. In regards to the Game of the Year thing, considering this is why I didn't really pay attention to. This is why I don't pay attention to that sort of stuff. And thank you, Better, for gifting Madam Yorktown a sub. The reason why I say that a lot of the award shows are snooze fest, because like stuff that should do well doesn't, and it's like it's too political for me to even willing to go cross.
Yeah.
But considering all the controversy and that in regards of it, and how journalists were basically like trying to shut it down because apparently it had all sorts of different shit, and it's like, shut up. And literally got debunked left, right, and center, and it's literally one of the biggest games of the year, sales wise. And don't get me wrong, Black Myth Wukong, I've watched people play it, and don't get me wrong, it looks really good. I've watched Ivy play it and get her ass kicked multiple times, bless her heart. Silent Hill 2, Warhammer, and Stillblade not winning anything was fucked. See, again, actual good games that, you know, generally deserve some respect, you know, that's just how it is. This is why I don't pay attention to award shows. Like, I'm surprised at Silent Hill 2, to be honest.
Come on, add to basket. Add to basket! Sorry, my dad just sent me the Christmas money.
Yeah, you hear that, Demo?
Yes, I did.
Silent Hill 2, Warhammer, and Stellarblade not winning anything. Which, again, I think is criminal.
100,000%. Sorry, just bear with me a second.
Yeah, anyway. So, it is criminal. But it's why I refuse to give coverage to game awards. Because it's... I'm too... myself and I know, and a few people I know, like Demo included, we're the kind of people like, if you try and force a game into us, we're more than likely to reject. If you force something, like, the more you try and hype it up to us, the more we're not going to give a shit. The way that we hype games up to each other, we do it not in the sense that the media does or game award shows do. We actually explain the stuff that'll actually get us interested. The mechanics, the gameplay, the graphics, excuse me, the voicing. But yeah, Black Myth one player's voice though, 90% 10% severity is fucking stupid. Yeah, we give personal reviews to each other. We work with each other as a community. We talk to each other. That's how we encourage games with each other. And granted, if we do get to some of the more popular games later on down the line, that's because we've then taken an interest, and the game may have been more fleshed out there and had some of its major issues fixed and what have you. But yeah, no. Again, I hate how award shows have been very tacky over the years. I think it's a good way to say it.
It's about right riding, yeah.
I honestly feel again, there's way too many people in suits throwing their money around at stuff, thinking that's the way to go. Yeah, and they announced The Last of Us 2 remaster for PC. It's like big whoop, a big whoop, you know. I'm sorry, but no, fuck off. I see how I check on like announcements and stuff. I don't watch the show. I just wait until the morning and then just click on IGN or someone else and just basically look at the videos. Wait, Ninja Gaiden got an announcement? Wait, we actually get another Gaiden game? Oh boy! Oh fucking hell! You hear that, Damo?
Flipping it.
Oh my god! Oh wow, I'm proper fucked. I tried to do my whole boy
Sorry,
thing.
I had to really quickly get that SSD because the cell ran out.
Damo, I
Like,
just
runs
tried
out
to do the
soon.
whole boy and it came out as a wheeze.
I know.
Oh my god, that was bad. Ninja Gaiden 2 Ragebound is a 2D side scroller. Oh boy. Well, get ready for a load of players to do a load of rage quitting, rage bait videos and streams and shit. But yeah, that's about all I've got. Is that what you got, Nemo?
I've got a couple of bits. Sorry, I was just doing the flip.
Ah.
Like, I wouldn't seize the opportunity to grab that clip. Come on now.
Have you guys seen the secret level?
So,
Have you guys seen the secret level? Yes. Very disappointed. But anyway, go on.
yes. So I actually have another one because I know you sent this one in and you were like, Damo. So yeah, this one is also from Games Radar, published 3 days ago by Anna I can't pronounce that last name, sorry. Baldur's Gate 3 developer says Google failed game streaming service Stadia backed Larian into corner where it had to use a scary dev tool. Here's why the RPG runs on Vulkan. Now, in my opinion, I tried to run it on Vulkan once because, you know, I was like, when it first came out, I was like, oh yeah, cool. No, the game horrendously broke and refused to work until I put it back onto what it was initially. So yeah, if you ever wonder why Baldur's Gate 3 allows you to choose between either Vulkan or DirectX 11, the answer is pretty simple, and it all comes down to none other than the Google Stadia, a now failed cloud streaming service.
Yep, remember that Stadia?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that hunk of shit?
I know, right? As reported by video gamer Studios senior graphics programmer Wayne van der Staffen.
Wayne's World?
Staffen. Describes the team why the team opted to use an API like Vulkan on PC when they needed to support DirectX 12 for Xbox Series anyway. While speaking to a recent graphics programming conference, Van der Stappen says there's a simple answer for that, and it's Stadia, the discontinued cloud gaming service from Google that ended up shutting down last year. Baldur's Gate shipped in early access on PC and Google Stadia, explains Van der Stappen. Google Stadia needed Vulkan, and because we shipped in early access, this also means a shorter release time frame. On the other hand, consoles had the luxury of being prepared for the RPG's full launch rather than its early access journey. That's not the only reason Iron made use of Vulkan, however, according to Van der Straten. Vulkan had a bit wider hardware support than DirectX 12, continues the developer. So we went for Vulkan as our main API. As for why Larian is still using DirectX 11, then where things didn't really go according to plan. So what was the problem? Baldur's Gate 3 was in full production already. The engine code team only moved to Baldur's Gate 3 after pre-production happened because we were still working on the definitive edition for Original Sin 2. Van der Stappen goes on to say, so the whole company was actively using a DirectX 11 toolset, which means that we couldn't break anything while replacing DirectX 11 with Vulkan. The team attempted to gear things towards DirectX 12 as the dev states, but everything kept going wrong. Larian was in a vicious cycle where nobody was using the Vulkan toolset, which means it wasn't really stress tested, which also means that Vulkan was not stable. The studio didn't really find a good time to switch toolsets, so in the end, DirectX 11 was released alongside the game as a backup to Vulkan, shipping the now beloved RPG with an API like Vulkan was, as Van der Stappen puts it, admittedly a bit scary because it's more prone to crashes than DirectX 11, hence why the latter tool came and served as a backup, arguably less stable than to the arguably less stable API Vulkan, which honestly I think is fair. I haven't. There we go. Yeah, honestly, I think that is genuinely fair because when I tried it on Vulkan,
It didn't exactly agree with you.
it did not like me at all, sort of thing. And my PC is able to handle Vulkan, to clarify. Um, well, to an extent, not massively, but it's still there. It's still compatible.
There's
That's
a
the main
Vulcan
thing with
load of
Vulkan.
shit.
I know, right? Anyway, so with that, I basically just stood by it playing in DirectX 11, and to be honest, if I was to try it now, it might be a bit different. Obviously, once I've got my new SSD in that I have just ordered, that's getting here tomorrow between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. just to clarify. And I'm terrified to replace it because I don't know how that bit of the PC works. Anyway, so at least we now have an answer, and that is actually genuinely the reason why. Is because it was meant to also go on the Stadia.
Mm.
And that also yeah, that actually makes a hell of a lot of sense, to be honest.
Yeah, now
That
just
actually
see now,
does.
see now, literally now just see why I sent you for that one because I thought you might find that one more interesting than anything else, considering.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Also, I've always found that DirectX was actually better. Like
I
for a
think it
lot of
depends
things.
on the type of DirectX. Like,
The
I
thing
don't
is,
know. I talk about Sims a lot in these podcasts, but with
really, it's not like a while back we had even a Sims section for you or anything.
I know, right? And then the Sims news became kind of scarce, and I was like, oh well, great. There's no point in reporting on this. Anyway, my main point being is that you know even Sims 4 was running on DirectX 9 until like this year. Like you have the option, to go back to DirectX 9 if DirectX 11 isn't working out for your system on Sims 4. That is fair. But that just kind of says a lot. Like a lot of games were genuinely still running on DirectX 9 before DirectX 11 until like in the recent, I want to say recent 4 or 5 years, possibly longer. I'm not entirely sure on that front. It's just more of a guesstimation on my part, just to also clarify to everyone.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know what goes into Vulkan. I will sit here and hold my hands up. I don't know how to do HTML coding or any form of coding because math is not my strong suit and has never been my friend. Um,
What is 2 + 2?
4. I know basic math. Okay.
What
Like,
is F divided
don't even.
by K multiplied by U?
Why are you talking to me in algebra?
Oh, it's easy. It equals up to fuck you.
Bro, no.
Did you notice the letters I
Um,
used?
I should have. I should have. That's entirely on me. But you were also legit giving me a fucking algebraic question. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Back in like year 7, like year 6 and 7 were
Damo,
the days of my prime for
Damo,
academics. Just saying.
this is
Yeah,
me. You should have expected it.
I should have, but I gave you the benefit of the doubt because you're sick.
Damo, that's even more reason to be worried.
Anyway, so with that article over and done with, this one I actually came across today. That was released, well, was published actually like 3 days ago on Gaming Bible. Um, Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley fans will adore Steam's latest free download. Uh, and the person that wrote the article is called Kate Harold, saying that, I think I may have found my next cozy obsession. I'll be honest, it's hard to tear me away from Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've worked so hard on my respective farm and island as a delightful as delightful as embarking on a new cozy venture is, it's hard to spread my commitment across so many titles. Every now and again, then, though, I unearth something that is wonderful enough to convince me to just do that. For example, I'm a big fan of Fae Farm, and now I think Wish Upon a Llama may be joining that lineup.
Wish
Developed
upon a llama.
by Million Hair Studios, Wish Upon a Llama is a pixel art license made in the style of those aforementioned games. In fact, I'll be quiet for a moment and let the trailer do the talking, which obviously there is a trailer, so if you do want the link to the article right now, I can just
I'm
quickly
gonna just
easily
say
just put in
this:
there.
the name "Wish Upon a Llama" sounds fucking hilarious.
Right?
Regardless of the game, just the name sounds hilarious.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't lying. How stunning does that look? Embark on a delightful journey of breeding and raising adorable animals like llamas, bunnies, and capybaras, while building meaningful relationships with the residents of Llama Town, reads the game's synopsis. What unique animal breeds will you discover, and whom among the townsfolk will you befriend? Adventure awaits. As the description makes it quite clear, all of your usual cozy fare is included here, from romancing your fellow townsfolk to decorating your humble abode. And all whilst this is going on, you can breed and look after adorable animals. Wish Upon a Llama is targeting for a 2025 launch on PC, but you don't have to wait until next year dive in. A free demo to sample on Steam is now available. So yeah, there you go. We're also getting a new cozy game called Wish Upon a Llama, which, to be honest, the trailer looks genuinely kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. So
Not gonna lie.
not gonna lie, I may end up like potentially playing the demo to get a feel for it and then see where to go from there, you know? Like, sort of situation. Other than that, that is everything that I have for today.
Alright.
I know I've been mentioning the second, like, you know, my dad gave me the money, but I have now ordered my new SSD to go
Yep.
in and replace
Yep,
the
we
hard
know.
drive.
You've said at least
And
like
I'm very
3 times
excited and
already.
scared. I know, I'm sorry, I'm excited and scared at the same time. Like, damn.
I know. We've heard you say at least 3 times.
So yeah.
But yes, with that being said though, folks, we are actually going to be calling that it for this episode of the Thin Crust Flopcast. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Now,
Fuck you.
I am going to say this now. I've not discussed it with Damo yet, but I'm making the decision that this is actually the last Flopcast of the year.
Oh my goodness.
I know obviously the next one would have been on the 29th, but I think we should, take a few weeks, let the world just chill, because I don't want to end the year reporting on any bad news or any shit like that in regards of the video game world. There's enough people doing that already as it is. So I think we'll end it on the final part being Wish Upon a Llama. Which, not gonna lie, is way more lighthearted than I was expecting.
Yes.
So, the next episode will be on the 12th. Because Damo and I spoke, and essentially we're just gonna keep sticking to Sundays. At this point.
Is this going to be, just to clarify, a permanent thing now or no?
Might as well be at this point.
Okay.
I mean, you and I don't do anything on Sundays.
True that, true that.
So, might as well, So yeah, to those of you who actually enjoyed this live, thank you. Any part you missed, you'll be able to check it out on YouTube at some point later on today when I get it uploaded. And I hope if you enjoy any of this, and you can check out the rest of the bullshit which we've spoken about over the course of the past couple of years. But yeah, I just want to say thank you everyone so much for tuning in to these Flopcasts this year. There's been a variety of topics, and we've had even a few special guests. Emphasis on the special.
Wow.
It's like if we ever actually played a game where we were the special forces, I'm like, we're the forces that are special.
Oh, so pretty. So pretty. As my dad would sing to me when I was
so
younger
pretty.
wearing a tutu. No, actually, my dad would actually full on sing it and be like, pretty, oh so pretty, at me as I'm running around his living room at the time, just wearing a pink tutu. So yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I just want to say thank you very much so much as either helped contribute with articles or informed us of stuff when we've done these.
Fuck you.
And I know obviously the last one, obviously me ill. Yeah, no, but technically last year I ended the year ill as well, so
It's nothing new.
yeah. And for once, it wasn't me overdoing it, so Tamo can't have a go at me.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, no, the pretty
It was
much.
me
I think
actually
it's
just
like,
doing my job regularly, and I got ill anyway, so no one can have a go at me. Hey! I'll take some victory over that. But
To be
yeah.
fair, you did make sure you rested up over the last couple of days.
Why do you reckon I'm
I
not
can't
doing anything else
complain
after this?
that
I'm just hopping out of VC.
Yeah. But if you would like to have a chit chat or hang out, you know, talking of this, I myself will be in general VC.
In my Discord.
So it's all good. In Chaos's Discord. Also as well, like if you guys ain't doing anything over the Christmas time and you want some company, I'll also be in the general VC because I won't be doing anything.
I'll be streaming. I guarantee I will be streaming over like the next couple of weeks. That ain't stopping.
Yeah.
I'm just deciding to take a break on the
And there's
podcast.
nothing wrong with taking a break, you know?
So,
There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah. So yeah. Again, I don't think the world will burn in between now and next year. But then again, people are stupid enough, so. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. We will see you all in the next one. And as always, raise your pizzas high. And say it with me. Stay chaotic and live for the challenge.
And if a challenge, you will.
Bye.
Bye.